A man's misfortune. I stared blankly at my distorted reflection in the murky puddle. Motionless, my gaze remained fixated on the insignificant body of water, captivated by mundanity, figuratively piercing each drop, searching extensively for answers, for luck, happiness, security, for anything. The notes of my derivative ringtone of my battered Nokia 3310 invaded my subconscious and brutally ripped me out of my trance. "Hello, Karen?" I stuttered nervously, not sure if my shivering was due to the raw, dry cold of this Tuesday evening in November, or the gradual acknowledgement of what had just happened to me. "I'm alright, thanks," I lied, feeling the guilt of concealing the truth from my dear wife. Dishonesty was not a viable escape from reality. It had, however, been my solution to most of the obstacles in my life, unfortunately. "I'll see you at home," I uttered with a false softness. Home. The name given to the motorway asphalt at the East Coventry M1 junction under which we have been residing for the past 3 weeks. I tightened my grip on the handles of my rucksack and altered my pace into a brisk walk. I replayed the fresh events that happened minutes ago in my head. I first vividly recall entering the newsagents, as that was what started all of this. "Hello, Mr. Sykes," Raj had said, accompanied by his habitual charming smile and sumptuous oriental accent. Was that what had seduced me to do what I did? "The usual," he had inquired. The usual being a copy of the Daily Mail, the information-packed broadsheet which I used to read on the oak table in the kitchen all those years ago back when I was successful. It reminded me of more comfortable times. "Yeah," I had responded distractedly, as something had caught my attention. "How much for a scratch card?" £2, gov." As the words slid off his lips, my hand cautiously descended into the ironically money-filled pocket of my old and rather dirty woolen coat. In hindsight, I'm not too sure how much I had exactly. £200, maybe? I had worked hard for it, doing odd jobs in seedy pubs, as well as doing not-so-nice people the favour of delivering packages which I doubted contained anything legal. All of this would change, however, or at least I thought it would, back when I believed that I could put things right. I handed Raj the money and rudely snatched the card with eagerness and greed. The small aluminium shavings flew off as I hungrily rubbed the coin between my fingers on the tangerine-coloured piece of cardboard. As I relieved my actions, a church chiming in the distance brought my focus back to my dejected walking. My watch read 7 o'clock, so I unenthusiastically augmented the speed and size of my stride. "I won!" I had shouted victoriously. "Look, Raj, I won!" Raj grinned friendlily as he handed me my winnings of £7. The satisfying metallic density of the coins felt right against my skin, and the situation seemed to get the better of me. Although the whole next phase, and ultimately my agonizing downfall, only occurred over half an hour ago, it was vague and hazy in my mind. I apparently had not gotten over the shock. "Another one?" Raj had asked, with his perpetual smile. "Go on, then," I remember answering. I envisaged prosperity as I scratched and scratched, not feeling any sense of guilt. This repeated for over 10 minutes. Trapped in this hypnotized state, I continued regardless of my losses, initially not caring about the hard-earned money I had just gambled away. A pattern had gradually formed. The more money I lost, the more scratch cards I bought as I tried to desperately break even. Alas, I threw away all the money I had, all the money we had. My dear Karen. I knelt down as my numb fingers fumbled over my grubby shoelaces. The moon appeared so bright tonight, so pure. My memory of the events cleared as I reflected upon them intensely, not breaking eye contact with the bright rocky sphere above me. I had somehow allowed myself to arrive to my last coin, driven by greed, incited by lust. What had I done? Raj looked down to the yellowish floor of his off-license. "Don't do it, Greg," he had muttered solemnly. He had never called me Greg before. I grunted back. His pleas urging me, begging me even, to stop were insignificant. Orange. Orange. A surge of confidence hit me, and my strokes became more vigorous. Banana. The monumental weight of the reality had hit me. Raj, powerless, could not return my losses, as the money was not officially his, was distraught. He did not actually know that I had recently become homeless, though. I had refused to display my shame. "Goodbye," I said calmly. I felt nauseous as I stumbled out of the shop and came across that large, stagnant puddle.
For a minute, staring straight into the ground, looking to the left slightly, then looking back down. World feels like it's caved in, proper sorry frown. Please let me show you how we could only just be for us. I can change and I can grow, or we could adjust. The wicked thing about us is we always have trust. We can even have an open relationship if you must. I look at her.
Still staring intently at the moon, I stood on the wet pavement, recounting everything that had made me feel indifferent, if not worse. As I resumed my walk home, I sensed a powerful feeling of dread. It had dawned on me that I was shortly have to make the awkward announcement to my dearest wife. Feeling increasingly affected by the frosty autumnal conditions, I nestled my freezing hands into my dirty pockets for warmth. The thumb on my right hand had immediately came into contact with the familiar cold exterior of a coin, one which I must have missed in those moments of madness. I rapidly extracted my discovery and examined it under the moonlight. The chromium-plated face of the Queen on a £2 coin looked blankly back at my concentrated gaze. Fueled by Her Majesty's intense stare and my obsessive character, I jogged over to the newspaper parallel to the pavement I was on. I had to get rid of that mocking lone coin sat in the palm of my hand. To hell with everything, I had selfishly said to myself through gritted teeth, as I asked the clerk for a scratch card. I blindly rubbed the coin on the card, not too concerned about what would happen anymore. God had given me a lifeline, yet I was throwing it away over the slim and ridiculously out of my favour chance that I would win a fool's game. I scanned the scratch card. I had just won £2,000.
Dry your eyes, mate. I know it's hard to take, but her mind has been made up. There's plenty more fish in the sea. Dry your eyes, mate. I know you want to make her see how much this pain hurts, but you've got to walk away now. It's over.